Hey guys, it's Molly here for another Blind Girl Storytime, and today hopefully will be a quick short little video, but we all know how I like to make quick short stories long, so we'll see how this goes. But today is about my first big girl school dance. Now, going to school dances when you're blind is like a whole different ball game. Now, I don't enjoy, as an adult, as a 22-year-old woman, I don't enjoy going to clubs, I don't enjoy going to bars. I don't enjoy going places where it's dark and loud, because obviously, I can't see anything. If it was brighter, I would at least be able to see some shadows, which would help, but when it's a bar or a club, it's total darkness, well, for me, so I can't see even shadows of anything, and it's loud, so now I can't hear. Now you've taken my vision and my sight. What a joy! So you can see how this would not be an ideal circumstance. And I've always been night blind, I've always been blind in dim and dark lighting, so at school dances, it's the same scenario as being at a bar or a club for me as an adult, but as a child where I'm even less mature and less able to handle myself and less comfortable. So I didn't go to many school dances, and this is probably one of the main reasons why. So, I was in grade 7, I was at a new school, and it was the October Halloween dance. So we're only like 6 to 8 weeks into school, and it was a brand new school because it was like a middle/high school. So the school only went from grade 7 to 12, so none of us knew each other. So again, awkward in general for everybody, because it's like, hey, we've all known each other for 6 weeks, let's go dance with each other, like, in costumes to add to it. So already just a really weird situation for all of us to be in. I would have been 12 years old at the time, and my school did like real big girl dances. Now, I didn't know many other middle schools that actually had nighttime dances, but my school did. So the dance probably started around like, I think it went from like 7:30 to 9:30 or 7 to 10, something around there. So it started at nighttime, and my other schools, it had always been just like, period 5, before the final bell rings to go home, we're gonna have a school dance. Like, it was never a real dance. This was a real dance. You left school, you got all dolled up for the dance, and then your parents had to drop you back off at school when it was nighttime for the dance. So even though my school was from grade 7 to 12, it was just a middle school dance, so it was only the grade 7s and 8s. So there was only, would have probably been like maybe if everybody from the grades had come, like 300 of us. So it wasn't that many people. But the few friends that I had made so far, I invited to come over to my house before the dance so we could all get dressed up in our costumes together, eat cookies, just have a fun girly time, and then go to the dance together. And my parents, I hand it to them, they were amazing parents. They bent over backwards. They did anything they could to make life easy and comfortable for me, to be able to experience all of the things that other kids would have been able to experience. God help them. Even if they weren't like that, I would have forced them to be like that, because I'm not one of those people who has ever let my disability hold me back, define me, make my life choices for me. I'm always like, I shouldn't be able to do that, but I'm going to do it. And this isn't going to be as comfortable for me or as easy for me as it is for sighted people, but I'm going to do it. That's just always been my personality. So they've kind of had to be like that, but they've always just been like that naturally themselves as well, which I think, it kind of goes hand in hand. The way they view it contributes to how I view it. The way I view it contributes to how they view it. You get it. So they would always be like, okay, Molly, I think the easiest thing, so you don't have to walk into a dark, loud area alone, is for you to bring girls over to the house prior so you can all get ready together, and then we can drop you off together, so that you'll be walking in with people, and you won't have to either A, walk in alone, not knowing where you're going, or B, have your parents walk you in, which is the least cool thing ever. So they invited the girls over. I invited 3 or 4 girls over. I think it was 3, there might have been a 4th girl. And like I said, my mom baked us cookies, we all did each other's hair and makeup, we got in our costumes, and I was dressed up like a blue fairy. I had blue fairy wings, I had a blue bodysuit, a little blue tutu, and little ballet slippers. And I was a little fairy, and I had like little blue glittery makeup on, and it was cute. And we go to the dance together, and I had explained to them prior to the dance, you know, everybody at school knew I used a cane. I had already talked to my school about my vision, so they all were aware. So the girls knew what was up, and I told them, look, it's cool, you don't have to stay with me the whole night, but if one of you leaves me, you must leave me with one of the other girls in this designated group, because I don't really know many other people in our grade, and I want you to leave me with somebody I'm going to be comfortable with, because I'm not going to be able to see, and it's going to be really hard for me to hear you communicating with me. So I'm really just going to be like plugged ears, closed eyes. It's a really difficult scenario to be in. So I thought they understood, and all was good. The first bit of the dance was going well. You know, it's a little awkward because, again, like, people are coming up and trying to talk to me, and I don't even know that they're standing there, and I can't hear them, so I'm just kind of standing there ignoring them. So it's not, again, not looking like the most friendly when you're trying to meet new friends, but it's fine. We're going along. Things are going all right. I'm dancing up a storm with my friends in the middle of that dance floor. Okay, so I was just watching this video back, because whenever I record a video, I watch it back to make sure that, you know, I'm happy with how it went, and la 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 la. I don't know what that was. Anyways, and I realized that I forgot to mention, like, a pretty big thing for blind people, or a lot of blind people, and again, I hate to say, like, all blind people and make a blanket statement like that, because it's obviously not true for every blind person, but something that I know is true for myself as a blind person, and for a lot of my other blind friends, is that obviously you guys understand that, I mean, take away my hearing as a blind person, that's the biggest sense I rely on, so that is an obvious challenge. But then add on top of it that there's a lot of things when it comes to dancing that you look to other people to learn. So, you know, I grew up dancing and I danced competitively, but that was all choreographed, so somebody was telling me exactly what to do and when to do it. I know I have rhythm, I know I have timing, I know I can dance well, I'm not like an embarrassing, awkward dancer, but I often feel embarrassed or awkward to dance in front of people, so now I pretty much say I don't dance. Like, I do not dance ever, because I feel very uncomfortable not being able to look around at what other people are doing, to be able to see that, like, okay, I fit in, I don't look weird right now, I'm not doing something awkward. Especially when there's always those songs, like I remember when I was in grade 8, it was Soulja Boy, that would come on and everybody starts doing the same dance. And if you're blind and you can't see what everybody else is doing to follow along, it feels very uncomfortable. So that's definitely another thing that adds to the awkwardness of that dance and all other dancing scenarios for me, is like, I can't look around at other people, and you might not realize it as a sighted person, but you're doing that. You're looking around, you're observing other people dancing, you're making sure that you're doing the right thing, you're fitting in, what you're doing makes sense, or that not everybody else is doing one thing, so you should be doing that too, if you feel me. So anyways, just want to add that little educational tidbit into this video. I don't know where my editor is going to shove this clip in, but there you go. And that's when, what was it called? It was by Hinder? Maybe I'm just thinking of that because of Tinder. Hinder? Lips of an Angel? With the lips of an angel. Anybody who was like 12 years old in 2006 knows what I'm talking about. That was the jam. So that song came on, and the girl that I was standing in the middle of the dance floor dancing with got asked to dance by a boy. And so she's like, I'm sorry, and like just abandoned me, just ditched me. So I'm literally standing there in the middle of the dance floor, surrounded by people I'm trying to like make friends with and look cool in front of, just alone, surrounded by kids slow dancing. And obviously all the other people not slow dancing have made their way to the side of the room, and I'm just standing there, lonely, in front of everybody, surrounded by slow dancing, happy couples. And I was like devastated. I was like so embarrassed. I'm like, what do I do? And then, bless his soul, this boy comes over halfway through the song. Molly, do you want to dance with me? He was my saving grace that night. I said yes, we started dancing, and then obviously that meant he had a crush on me. And then a few days after the dance, I learned that he only asked me to dance because he saw the blind girl standing alone in the middle of the dance floor with surrounded by happy couples, looking scared and alone and embarrassed, and wanted to save my butt. He didn't like me, he just wanted to save me, which, you know, looking back, thank you, you did save me, but in that moment I was crushed. I was like, what? I thought he liked me. And it's not even like I liked him, but you know, at that age you're like, he likes me, I like him. Or it's like, you know, you get me, you feel me. But yeah, that was my first and not my last, but it should have been my last. That I've had multiple other scenarios like that. I should have taken a hint from that one, but that's why I don't go to bars, that's why I don't go to clubs. They're just uncomfortable situations for me to be in. If you're blind or visually impaired, you probably feel me on this. I know definitely other people with RP, like all my friends who have RP are like, I hate bars, I hate nightclubs, because dark and loud, it's like the worst combination for us. So anyways, that was my awkward school dance experience. Please comment down below and let me know, what did you dress up as for your Halloween dances at school? Do you have any awkward school dance moments? Please share with me your funny experiences so I feel a little less alone. Thumbs us up if you enjoy story times. Subscribe to join the family if you haven't already and you want to be updated for the next video, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys! That's squeaky. Holy.